one like. I don't see any viewers yet. Anybody in here? There we go. Now we're getting some people. Anybody near? I put the address up. I am at, what is this? Flying J. I'm at the Flying J. I destroyed my starter. Just making some crunchy noises. So, I'm wondering if anybody is out in this area. I've went around and asked like a crap load of people, and not one person wants to help pop start the truck. Bring the chats back up. All chats. There we go. I'm trying to push start it. Nobody wants to help. So I was going to see if anybody was out in the area. I have plenty of time until I'm picking up anyway. I can't pick up till 5 in California time. So I figured I'll just go live and do something to kind of, let me see. Give me a second. Let me figure out where I'm at right now. I know I'm at the, let me see. Where am I? Flying J. No, come on. Flying J in San Joaquin County. I don't know. California 95242. And the chats keep disappearing. I don't know why. California. Let me see if I can't just, everything's being stupid right now with the phone. Flying J near me. Let me see. There we go. 15100 Thornton Road, Lodi, California. That's where I'm at now. So I went to start it this morning. I'm like, because it's been getting weaker and weaker, and you can hear the starter kind of like making crunchy noises, like really badly. Yeah, I'm headed down to Arizona, but I'm not picking up tonight till 5. So yeah, it's making some pretty bad noises. So I found a Napa about 20 miles west of 15100 Thornton Road in Lodi, California. I found one 20 miles west of me that has the starter. I've already paid for it. I just need to get the truck started. So, is anybody in Lodi, California? Figured I'd rather pay one of you guys to come out and, chat for a little while than call a tow truck. Lodi. I don't know, man. I hate California. I've had the cops called on me like 4 times already. The 49er Travel Plaza will call the police on you. The police will tell you to go up the road and park, and then they'll show up the next morning to tell you to get the hell out. I'm working on one now, but I don't know, maybe tomorrow, probably. And then the police showed up at Love's to kick us all out. And yeah, actually the police showed up at Love's twice. They gave me one warning. And yeah, that was about that. He's like, all right, we'll let you stay for a little bit longer. I went in, got a shower and everything. I went out, made some breakfast, and he's like, yeah, now you got to get out. I tried that. Nobody wants to help. Not one I feel like this is karma for not giving. Some crackhead came up to my door yesterday and asked me for money, and I'm just like, bruh, it's like, I don't carry cash anymore. Like, I stopped doing that. And I feel like this is karma for not helping the crackhead out, I think. But I don't know. I could really use that crackhead right now. Like, hey man, I'll buy you breakfast. I don't care. Come out here and help me push this thing. That's literally all I need. But I'm on a weird angle. It's not completely flat, but there's a hill like that way. So it's like if I were to cut it to the right, it would, I'm pulled in right now. So I've seen a lot of loud diesels over here, believe it or not. There's been a ton of them, a couple 3rd gens, 2nd gens. I haven't had an issue. I mean, me and the rest of the crowd are doing 80 miles an hour down the highway. So I don't know. I really haven't had an issue yet, but I'm picking up a fifth wheel. Yeah, I could pop start it backwards if if I had like one or two people to help push it. That's not the issue. It's just finding the people. Nobody seems to want to help out here, which, I'm all for helping people, but I don't like giving people free money. I've done that before, Scott. I did that down in Florida, but I had my ex-girlfriend with me at the time, and my kid and dog. So I sent her with Uber to go pick up a wheel bearing for me, but it's so far away that I don't really feel comfortable leaving the truck in a certain area, especially with all the tools. But, oh man, really prefer not to pay an Uber either. Especially because, like, I'd like to get the truck down there. That way, in case something else is broken on top of that, I could, like, replace that then. Rather than if I drive down there and get an Uber, or if I do that route, then I'm only picking up a starter. But let's say what happens if something else is wrong with it, like what happens if I need like a connector. Oh, there goes a copper. Man, I could use a cop right now. I did that earlier and not one person drove by. It seems like they only like drive by to look at you. I don't know. Yeah, it's not like the biggest deal. I'm not like stranded or anything. There's definitely options, like I could go. But I figure if somebody's around my area, I'd rather, pay a subscriber or somebody who wants to hang out for a little while over, a tow truck or an Uber or any of that. And I did go around and ask a bunch of people. I asked the employees in there. So it's like, I mean, I'm all game for buying somebody fucking breakfast or lunch or whatever to help out. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I'm always going to pay it forward, but I don't know. So, one guy had a legit excuse. He was, his truck wouldn't start. He finally got it started, and somebody else, I guess he had to go to court real quick. So, I mean, not a big deal, but asked a truck driver, he couldn't do it, which I'm not going to force somebody to do it if they can't, I don't want anybody getting hurt trying to do this, but I am at 15100 Thornton Road in Lodi, California, at the Flying J, right across from the Loves. I mean, I'd take it. I just wouldn't be picking up on time. I got plenty of time. I've just been sitting here. That's where I just came from. Ohio. Brought one from Ohio to Colorado, Colorado to California. Now I'm going from California to Arizona. Flying J, 15100 Thornton Road in Lodi, California. That's where I'm at right now. What's up? Yeah, I figured there's 42 people watching right now, so it's like, the more people that come in and out, might be able to find somebody. But like I said, for the new guys, I'd rather pay a subscriber, buy lunch or whatever, or do any of that, as opposed to just a random tow truck driver or something like that. I really just need a push. That's about it, I mean, there's definitely plenty of routes that I could go, but it's not a big deal. Also, if you feel like it, go down and drop a like on the live stream to kind of help it get out there a little bit more. Apparently those help. I don't know. I don't usually ask for likes, but apparently on that it like helps to get the video out there. So, other than that, it's not too bad out here, to be honest. Like, it's actually a nice breezy day. I actually had to put the window up because it was a little breezy, but it's not too bad. There's a Burger King right across the street I could walk over to get some food. There's a Subway, a Denny's. I was gonna go to the Denny's, but I don't know. Don't really have the motivation to now. So I can't get lunch meat anymore because my cooler lid blew off. I lost the cooler lid to my cooler, so that kind of sucks. But Walmart sells teas, so at least I get one of these. Honestly, I do like how it is. Like, I like having the back seats. I I like that I can stuff all the blankets and everything back behind the back seats, which I do like it. I don't know. It doesn't bother me. When I put the king, what do you call it? The comforter down, it makes it like a flat surface, and then I kind of put, you guys can see like where my food's at. I'll put 2 of them big pillows down there, so it's like I get the full room of it. It works for me. You know, so the funny thing about the starter, here's what's great, right? I sourced a brand new one. Brand new starter for $240, right? I get to keep the old starter. So what I'm going to do when I get back to Pennsylvania is I'm going to take the old starter and I'm going to get it rebuilt, because I know I do have somebody I know that can do that. So I'm going to get that one rebuilt to use as a spare, and then I'll always have a spare. Someone's yelling over the loudspeaker. So I'll always have 2 starters. Always have 2 starters. Yeah, it's one of those things, you always got to be prepared. I'm definitely far from stranded, but I figured I would ask one of you guys if you knew anybody or wanted to. And if you can't, it's no big deal. Like I said, I'm not holding it against anybody. I've asked like 3 people, including employees here, if they knew anybody that could help. And it's like, you know, if you don't want to or you can't, it's not a big deal. You know, I'm not holding a gun to anybody's head and saying you have to do this. Yeah, PA is definitely a little bit better. The fuel prices are cheaper too, but you know, it's not all that bad out here. There goes a 3rd gen right now. It's not all that bad out there. I am at the Loves and Flying, I'm at the Flying J side, 15100 Thornton Road in Lodi, California. So, Flying J Travel Center. Yeah, nobody out here really wanted to help. I'm like, I wonder, I know I can get it started. I pop started it before. Oh, I'm doing great. Always have a positive attitude. That's just how I see it. Arkansas. Yeah, but you're probably loaded too. You're making more money than I am. I know that. I'm just sitting here, ain't making nothing. This was a good week though. I can't complain. It was a decent week for a power only guy. Decent week. Now I just need to get out of California. Yeah, this is like my 7th time in California, and it seems like I just end up making my way over here a lot more. I do need to start getting these trips planned a little bit better. So like if I come out to California, it would be nice to have something else scheduled, which it's always hard to get out of California. So you can't blame anybody at all for that. It's just really hard as a power only to get out of California. But if you have a trailer, it is a lot easier to get out of California. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. It's like nobody wants to help push. I tried pushing it myself, but it's like by the time I get there you go. Appreciate that. By the time I'd push it myself, it would be stopped. Like the hill is like down that way. So if I cut it to the right, it would go that way and I could just pop it in reverse. So that would be great. Let's see. I do not. I don't really play anything too much anymore. Especially when I'm out on the road, because like 10 hours off seems like a lot of time until you start editing a video and working on the truck, and then you're 6 hours in and you're like, oh shit, I'm only gonna sleep for 3 hours. So I kind of stopped doing anything gaming related while I was on the road. I could, but I know in my area a wrecker's about $65, and I don't know what they charge out here. It's probably a lot more. But it's, do we want to spend the money or not? It's like, I could, but I've got plenty of time to screw around with it. If noontime comes around and I can't find anybody to help, I'll probably go that route, but I probably won't. So, I mean, I've seen on weekend, what's today? Today's Wednesday. So, I mean, it probably wouldn't be an insane amount of money, but $65 to get your truck pushed, they probably end up charging more than that because they probably charge labor on top. So it's like, I was out west once, and I had a tire go out on that one trailer, and I asked the tow company if they could do a tire change for me, and they're like, yeah, it's like $200 some just to change the tire. I'm like, so I'm like, screw it. So I unhooked the trailer, drove up the road, grabbed the socket I needed, and just changed it myself. Like, that's ridiculous. All messages. Yeah. Skinny jean bastards. Yeah, it's like 9:30 here. I mean, other than that, other than being bored and just sitting, I'm having a decent time. Like, I did do a couple of things. Believe it or not, I cleaned the absolute shit out of the truck. I went and armor-alled the mirrors, the fender flares, the front bottom piece of the bumper. I went and armor-alled all that, the dash. Smack this one. Got him. Dead fly. So, other than that, like, you guys can see. Look at all that. Like, there's fuzzies, like, everywhere. And they're all over the mirrors. Yeah, fuzzies all over the mirrors. But aside from that, like, I cleaned everything and it all looks really good other than the fuzzies. Bring up the chats. How do I do this? All chats. Yeah, really. 200 something to come out just to change a tire. Like, you know, if it was like $65 to change that tire, I would have paid that all day. But I literally, like I said, I just unhooked it, drove up the road to the Napa. I needed a socket. That was my problem. Oh, you're on your 30? I'm on my 60. I'm like 60 hours off duty. Safe travels, man. Good luck out there. Mike, you still in here? I've been trying to respond to you as much as possible on Instagram. So much has been going on. Elijah, that depends. If you're talking about a manual, I do believe that they come with the NV4500s, but they also come with the same automatic that the diesels come with. I thought they were a 47. I had one, but I don't remember. Oh, man. Keep looking back and thinking there's a car there. I'm like, just need someone to push it. Mine's 333, or no, 373, sorry. 333, what the hell am I talking about? Yeah, 373 gearing in the dually. And I'll tell you what, since I've taken the front axles out and the AC, this thing has been getting amazing fuel economy compared to what it's been getting. I can't wait to see what it's going to do when I put 33-inch tires on it as opposed to 35s. We're ditching the mud tires. Yeah, so Elijah, I do believe if you can get the manual adapter plate on them, I'm pretty sure that the 5600 should bolt right up to that, but I don't know what clutch is going to work for you and all that. Because I know the stall on the automatic torque converter is definitely different. But as for switching to the I've never physically done it. Yeah, I have no idea on the V10. I own one. All I know is it was the same transmission as the diesel, but it was an automatic. That's about as far as my knowledge goes with those. So as for the 12 valve, like when I put the 12 valve in here, the adapter plate from the common rail, you were able to use 6 of the 8 bolts. And yeah, you could put 6 of the 8 bolts in. Let's just put it that way. 2 of the bolt holes didn't line up. It's been perfectly fine. And then the NV5600 bolts right to the 12 valve. And I was able to use the common rails clutch. Like no issues, nothing had to be changed over. Everything factory worked. Believe it or not, a lot more factory stuff worked on the 12 valve to the 3rd gen than I thought it would. That was kind of crazy. But is anybody near Lodi, California? The Flying J? No haircut for me. I go longer. So the NV 4500 and 5600, you should just be able to interchange them with the adapter plate. Yeah, I think the manual adapter plates were the same, so you'll be able to physically bolt it up. I don't know what clutch you're going to need. I was trying to get over to Texas. I haven't found any way to get over there. Yeah, that's a hard one. You definitely have to do some research on that and see what the forums are saying. Don't forget, if you haven't already, I don't like to ask for likes, but apparently it helps get this out there, so maybe somebody in my area will be able to help. Like the live stream. I've tried to ask a bunch of people if anybody wanted to help try to push this thing, and I've got plenty of time. I just figured, let's do a live stream. But the likes do help, apparently. Yes, I have asked. I asked a truck driver. I asked a guy in a pickup, and I went in and asked some of the employees and to see if they knew anybody or had a security guard here. If I was over at Love's, the security guard would have come over and, you know, told me to leave, and I'd have said, hey, can you give me a jump? Or can you give me a push? I put the jump pack on it. The batteries seem like they're fine. So that starter, when I was cranking it, you could hear the crunchiness in the starter. So I do know the starter's fucked. Like, really bad. So I'm trying to get over to Texas, man. I'm trying. There is nothing going out that way. We found one going from Arizona to Washington, and it's like, I just really don't want to go to Washington. The fuel prices out here, I'm trying to get back to Minnesota because I have a 105-gallon fuel tank. Yeah, I like to stay, I know the groups can help. I do try to stay off of a lot of the Facebook groups because a lot of it is extremely toxic and negative energy, because like somebody will just be trying to ask a question that, you know, everybody else knows. But because it's such a noob question, like, people will freak out on these people. And it's like, it's such negative energy on these Facebook groups. People will say that they want to help and they don't. So I do try to stay off of them. Yeah. I'm in like a very minimal amount of, I think I'm in like 2 Hotshot groups for Facebook. And even that sometimes can be a bit much. I thought about the Uber. Like I said, I want to be able to get the truck started and drive it to there because it's on my way anyway. And if something else is broken, I also do want to go get another fuel filter just to have a spare. But I would rather just be able to drive there than do that. It is bright out today. Ugh. So I do have plenty of time, though. It's not like I can't pick up till 5. They didn't want it picked up till tomorrow, but I keep hearing footsteps. I thought there was someone back there. But yeah, they wanted it picked up tomorrow, and I was able to get it to today at 5. Ugh. So that way, at least tonight, I'll be able to park at a truck stop, or I'll just drive through tonight. Logbook's kind of iffy today. I don't know. I hate these flies. That's 2 flies. So, anybody know anybody in Lodi, California? I'm at the Flying J, right across from the Loves. The starter's at the point right now where if I push the clutch in to start it and give it a crank, it does nothing. Like, the starter was borderline on fire earlier from me cranking it. I really just need a decent pop start. Like, nobody here wants to help. Like, I don't care if I have to pay somebody, like, buy somebody breakfast or lunch or something. Nobody wants to help. Somebody, I know I've done it for people. I don't know that I'd get a ton of people to buy merch, to be honest. But, I mean, if there's enough people that want merch, that's a lot of work. But, like, maybe message me and give me some, like, ideas on what you'd want to see. But see, I don't know what I'd do for merch. I mean, maybe go and find some of my old catchphrases from some of my old videos and, like, it is what it is. Yeah, hats wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe hats. But I definitely don't want to sell somebody a crappy product either. Yeah, I don't want to sell anybody something that is just bad quality. So it would end up costing me a little bit of money in the beginning because I don't want to make a ton of profit on it, if any. But maybe it would help get the name out there. But if enough people ask, like, I don't know, send me messages on that with the Facebook or Instagram. Either way, give me some ideas. I'll screenshot them and we'll go from there. But right now, I'm just worried about getting up and running. Yeah, I need some new hats. This is all I got left. That's all I got. My Cummins hat. Oh man. Oh, up to 85 people. Don't forget to like the live stream. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. Maybe one of you guys will be able to help find somebody or track somebody down. If it comes, right now it's 9:51 in the morning. I don't pick up till 5, so I got another 7 hours, something like that, waiting. So, and it's gonna take me what, half hour to change out the starter. So, you know, I'm not really hard pressed on time too much. If I would have known this would have went out yesterday, maybe I'd have been a little bit more prepared, but that's not a bad idea with the dually, but I do want to get it painted before I do that. So not in this live stream. As for messaging me, any of my other videos, I have 4 links posted on the descriptions for Facebook, Facebook Business, Instagram, and Snapchat. I do try to answer every single one of them. So, yeah, in PA, I'd be fine. I'd just call these guys, and they'd be able to, they'd send somebody out. Don't get me wrong, they'd charge me, but, you know. Or we just work it as a favor, I don't know. But either way, Lodi, California, not one person out here wants to help. And it's like, I'll go out of my way to help people all the time. But one thing I do not do is I will not give out free money for no reason. It doesn't matter. If somebody helps me or do something, I'll give you money all day. But if somebody just comes up to the window and says, hey, can I have some money for this? I can't justify it. There's too many scammers out there that, you know, I can't do it. But I'll help you pop start your vehicle anytime you need it. So, but you guys can see how many people were out in the lot and not one person. I figured I'll just set the hood up and, you know, I had 2 bags of chips yesterday. I had a bag of Doritos that was unopened, and I had a bag of those salsa dipping chips, I can't remember the name of them. 2 full bags of chips, and I threw them in the trash. Like, I had no need for them. If that guy would have been around, you know, then I'd have been like, hey, you want some bags of chips? Like, they're both, well, one of them was unopened, one of them had like 5 chips eaten out of it, but I didn't want them. They've been sitting around too long. I don't want them. But, ugh. I'm in Lodi, California, and I've already purchased the starter. I just need to go pick it up. It was like $240 for a brand new starter, and there was no core fee on top of that. And actually, I'm not using a 12-valve starter. I'm using the Common Rail 24-valve starter. I tried that already. I went up to a guy that was pretty tough looking, and he was like, I can't do it. Yeah, like I said, I already have a starter ordered, paid for, everything. It's sitting down there with my name on it, 20 minutes away. I just need the truck to start. It won't. It's dead. Well, actually, it's not dead. I put a jump pack on it, and that only made the situation worse. Like, this starter started smoking on me, and I'm like, But while it was smoking, it was making crunchy noises. I wonder if you guys will be able to see that. Wait for it. Look at that. Look at that. There's some nice looking trucks out here. Not gonna lie. And I feel like they don't belong out here. I don't want to do the Uber route. I really don't. I have a couple reasons for not wanting to use Uber though. I'm in Lodi, California, at the Flying J and Loves. It's like 15100 Thornton Road. Elijah, your best bet, don't start the business right away. If you want to be an owner-operator, I would definitely lease under a company before you own your own company, because I did that the opposite. I owned my own company, and good God, was it a headache. No, they won't bring it to me. Like back, if you have a contract with some of these parts stores, they'll bring it to you, but I'm just an individual. No, believe it or not, I think this is the original starter since I bought this truck. Yeah, this starter has been on the truck since I bought it at 315,000 miles. The truck is just shy of 500,000. And I crank the shit out of this starter. Yeah, I go through carrier bearings like I eat. Like I put a carrier bearing on one day, and 2 days later I needed a carrier bearing. Like, it's ridiculous. What's up? Anybody in Lodi, California? Don't worry about carrier bearings anymore. If I can get back to Minnesota, I have a one-piece drive shaft. So, no more carrier bearings. That's going to be a great day when I take two fresh carrier bearings into O'Reilly's and return them. $180 right in my pocket. That'll pay almost for the starter. Oh man, come on, somebody tell me you're in Lodi, California. Who wants to come out and chat, and I'll buy you breakfast and everything. All you got to do is help me get my truck started. Yeah, I'm gonna carry a backup starter. So the story with this is I'm buying a brand new starter with no core. So I'm going to swap them out, and then the starter that I have now that's burnt up, I'm going to take it to my guy back in Harrisburg, and he's going to rebuild it, and then I'll have a spare starter always. Nathaniel, I'm not sure which one it is, but it's the thicker, heavy-duty one. It's not the thin aluminum drive shaft that some of these guys that twist. Oh, it's not less than 5 miles. Oof, yeah, screw the deadhead. I'm not very far. Like, I'm deadheading like an hour. I hate LA and Vegas. Yeah, no. No worries. Like I said, anybody who's not in the area, like, I'm not worried about it. Even if you're in the area and you can't, like, it's not a big deal. I just figured I'd rather talk to you guys than give my money to some stranger. Especially because I have time. If I didn't have time, yeah, I'd absolutely call a tow truck or somebody or an Uber or something like that. But I'm not pressed on time at all. I can't pick up till 5. So I'd rather talk to you guys as opposed to some stranger, you know. I've already asked a couple strangers and nobody wants to help. Not at all. Even if I offer the money. I don't know. But this happened last, my last live stream. So what ended up happening was I was live streaming and I needed a cutoff wheel. And as I closed the live stream, somebody actually came up and gave me 2 cutoff wheels. I was like, what are the chances? Like, at the end of the live stream, the second I cut it off, somebody showed up. I'm hoping that happens here. I don't think Alex is in this area. I haven't called him lately though. He called me like last week or the week before. We were actually both in, so he called me, I think last month. He was in northern Washington and I was in northern Oregon, and we were so close, but We weren't close enough. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. We need to get it push started. It's definitely possible. I've done it plenty of times. Actually, I remember the first time I learned that you could push start a diesel. I didn't think that was a thing. And yes, you can absolutely push start a diesel. I didn't know that you could do that. So yeah, I tried. Like nobody out this area wants to help. Like it's really weird. Like I'll go out of my way to help. If somebody was in the same situation, I even walked up to a guy that was having truck problems himself. It was like he couldn't get his truck started. I asked him if he needed a jump, and he's like, "No, I got it. Don't worry." Figured if I'm gonna ask him to help me, I'll ask to help him too. Like whatever, I'm not worried about it. It's the whole point. Try to help people out, but yeah, in Cali, I've noticed it's very hard to get people that want to help. But it's funny, I had an officer come up to me yesterday while I was sitting in the Love's parking lot, and he was like, "Are you traveling?" I was like, "Gee, what gave it away? The Minnesota DOT numbers or the Pennsylvania license plate?" And he's like, "All right, no worries." And then, yeah, he came back after getting my shower, and then he told me to leave. Oh, that's not about. Oh, you know what? I didn't think of that. Maybe I will. Hold on a second. I'm gonna bring you guys with me on this one. All right. Let's see if we can do this. Okay. Let me grab. I really don't want to get dirty today either. I just got a shower. What do you guys recommend? Should I use the big hammer or the small hammer? And I'm already dirty. I'm gonna go throw some gloves on. But do you guys recommend me hitting it with a big hammer or a small hammer? Because like I'll beat the hell out of it. But I don't want to ruin it for when I'm getting a rebuild. Big hammer? All right. Give me a second. Let me throw some gloves on here. Yeah, nobody's gonna turn the key for me. If I can't get somebody to push start it. So let's see. Grab the big hammer, because I think I can actually reach it pretty well. So I didn't realize that just touching my hammer was going to make my hands black, so that kind of sucks. So we'll see. Hopefully this works. Ugh. All right, we're under here now. Make sure it's in neutral. Yeah, it's in neutral. It's in neutral, even the e-brake's off. I mean, it's decent. I don't know why. Let's see if, I don't know. I definitely can't jump it and do that while it's, let's see. All right, that made it, it'll actually turn over now. So, ooh, we might get lucky here. I'm gonna put the jump pack on it, and then I can't believe I forgot about that. So I'm gonna put the jump pack on it, which is now fully charged, just to kind of give it a little bit more of an umph. It's been a while since I've had to beat the hell out of a starter. But the batteries are at 12.4, so there we go. All right, so that's on. Let me beat the hell out of it a little bit more. Imagine if I didn't need anybody's help because of you guys. See, this is why I talk to you guys first. Ignore my hand. All right. Let's see if she'll turn over. If so, Let's see. Oh, that's crunchy. Oh, that's crunchy. Whoo. Ooh, could you guys hear that? Yeah, I can't jump it and hit it at the same time, but yeah, I can't, I don't have a second person, so that doesn't help, but, I don't know if you can hear the starter, but it's like really making crunchy noises. Yeah, that's the thing though, I have a brand new jump pack on it, so it's definitely not the batteries. Like the starter itself is crunching, like something is come apart on the inside. So, because I even put a jump pack on it, which I'm gonna do what you guys said, and I'm gonna put the jump pack on the starter itself. So let me put my gloves back on and try that. Oh, I see a car. I see a BMW. Is he gonna stop? Nope, he's gonna keep going. I don't need to take it off because there's no core charge, so it wouldn't matter what I do with this starter. So, all right, I'm gonna try this. I'm just gonna jump the starter. Oh, it's definitely fucked. Let's see how this works. Oh. You know, it's funny, I've been sitting here for how long and there's not one oil spot under the truck. Yeah. Lodi, California at the Flying J. Alright, so there's that. Ugh. Ugh, that sucks. Tell me someone's in the area. Where's Asher's comment? Yeah, so the problem is I have to hold the throttle while I'm trying to start the truck, or it'll never start, because my P pump that I put on when the guys sold it to me, they what do you call it? When they sold it to me, the shutoff was broke. So it only stays on, so it doesn't hold its prime. And turning the key on and off doesn't matter for the engine either. You can start this engine with the key off. Like, that's how stupid it is. Let's see. Oh, the throttle's already zip tied. Don't worry about that. I need to go and buy that part. Somebody sent me a link for it. I have it up, I just haven't ordered it yet. Let's see. Woo! What the fuck? That's not good. Let's pull that back a little bit. Oh, I don't like that. Shit. That's not good. Yeah, I love this Noco boost. I only have the 70 though. The 70 does just fine. Ugh. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work where I was jumping it at. I put it on the positive and it goes right into safe mode. Whoops. Let me throw you guys right up there. Give me a second. I'm going to check your comments here in a second, so. That was fun. I just tried and it sparked at me. Ugh. That was a good time. Ugh. Oh, we got 100 people. Anybody in Lodi, California? Let me see. All messages. Jump it over. Try now. Yeah, definitely in neutral. Ooh. Yeah, this starter's pretty shot at this point. Like, it's not happy at all. I mean, on the bright side, if anybody wants to make it in a video, I could definitely do that if somebody shows up. Yeah, even with the jump pack, there's not enough. Like, it was 12.4, the batteries are fully charged, and the jump pack was fully charged. And mind you, this jump pack is strong enough to start a 6.7. Like, it started Dave's dead 6.7 Cummins, okay? It has started this engine with no batteries in it at all. Just the starter. You coming down here, Joe? I'm in California. Get down here and give me a push. On the bright side, I got plenty of breakfast food. I got muffins and a bunch of other shit. Yes. Yes. 3 days. Yeah, I got to pick up today at 5. I mean, I don't know. Who wants to, you all know where I'm at. Anybody want to come down? I mean, let me know what you want for coming down, and maybe we'll make it happen. Like I said, I'd rather pay one of you guys than pay a tow truck. Like, this could have been solved already. Like, I could have easily just, like, called a tow truck and said, hey, come push me. Or I could start going knocking on windows again, but it's not like we're pressed for time, you know? Plus, I don't do lives often. Do you guys like the live streams? Like, should I do more of these or what? Because I don't know. I don't do too many of them. You guys can see in the background. There's a truck right there. You won't come help me. I am in 15100 Thornton Road, Lodi, California. There we go. So you got that shit saved. Oh man. Now, I've asked a few people. Hey, we got Bimbo. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, you can't even see it. Can't even see it. Bimbo. Yeah, so right now it's not going to go anywhere, even in neutral with the e-brake off. Like, I tried pushing it and it's a lot of effort. Definitely need like 2 people or maybe a third, I don't know. Damn it, Joe. You had one job. One job. Maybe I should make a bagel and... Wait, who said about it being a clutch issue? Oh. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, I'm telling you. Look at this. Look, let me flip you guys around here. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, come on. I'm trying to zoom out. Nope, that's not zoomed out. Zoom out. What? Hold on a second. I'm trying to figure this out. There we go. I think we got it. I mean, I could always like put the rear end up in the air and try to like spin the back tire. I've seen people do that, or they'll tie like a rag or something around the back tires and just give it enough. I've seen them do that on the big trucks, but I feel like I'll fail and look like an idiot. But I don't know. Who knows? You need to tell me nobody's near Lodi, California? I had 3 subscribers message me, or actually 2 that messaged me because they saw me, and 1 actually come up to me the other day in Ohio. So it's kind of neat to see that the channel's growing enough that people recognize me. I had an older gentleman, and he came up with a Peterbilt. I think I've only ever had one other time where I've actually needed to call somebody out to help, and that was with the front end issues and the carrier bearing. But we got that solved. That was pretty relatively easy. Now I always carry, I carry the big discs on me, so. I forget what mine weighs, actually. I should make a bagel while I'm sitting out here. The Mercedes has a... What are you doing in Wyoming? Yeah, I'd be completely okay with that. Bring on Roid Man. Shaft will be installed when I get back to Minnesota, and I have a 105-gallon fuel tank. Good manual transmission, 6-speed, would be the NV 5600. Samuel, the address is 15100 Thornton Road in Lodi, California. It's the Flying J. But yeah, the only good transmission I think that's a 6-speed would be the NV 5600. The G56 is absolute garbage. And I stand by that. Military load. Man, I've only done a couple of them. I think I'm running out of knives. Let's see, who else we got? Hell yeah, Chris. Trying to find a knife. I want to make me a bagel. Seems all I have is forks. And spoons. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's a new truck, though. Check this pig out. Can you see that? Let's see when he takes the corner. There he goes. Look at this thing. Look at that. Too new, but still like it. You can see that it's a DEF truck. Hell yeah. Are you guys near Lodi, California? Yo, why do I not have any knives? Why do I have spoons? I have so many spoons, but no knives. Just trying to make a bagel. Let's see. Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's one of those things, I'll just have to keep a spare one. I'll still take this over new any day, because I had a lot of nicer trucks, but it's like, what a pain. Every time something would break on them. Like, I absolutely loved, I ran a 2012 Ram 4500 Wrecker. The thing sounded like JJ the jet plane. I loved that truck. The problem with that truck is when something breaks and it's like, well, what the hell's wrong with it and how long is it going to be down for? It's like, whether it's injectors, they're expensive. It's gone through 2 turbos. CP3, it went through a CP3. And all in all, like, the truck was awesome, but good God. When shit would break, it would break. And cost a lot of money. This is a $240 fix. Joe, I can't look at your Snapchat right now because I can't look at any messages, otherwise the live stream goes away. We're gonna use a spoon to make my peanut butter and my peanut butter bagel. You know, that's one thing. If you are, you know, stranded somewhere or stuck somewhere, don't ever put yourself in a situation where you're gonna starve. But I do not, like, I haven't gotten to use a G56 yet, but from the people that I've had, like, physically hauling them, if you were to do with a G56 what I do with my NV 5600, that G56 would not last very long, because I actually will hold 6th gear at very low RPMs, and apparently they just don't like that. Like, that is a big no-no. I mean, everybody's story is different. I just hear too many horror stories with the G56, and I physically have, like, I have no proof that this transmission was ever changed, and I'm almost at 500,000 miles. I bought a trash can. Let's see. Yeah. No worries, Chris. I think someone's yelling. Somebody's yelling. I don't know. Maybe they'll stop and help me. That'd be awesome. Maybe. Nope. Wrong one. They're for the people across the street, I guess. So, Lodi, California. That's where I'm at. Let's see. Any new chats? And it's currently 10:23. So I have about an hour and a half until I decide to call it tow truck. So, you know, maybe I'll get lucky and someone is driving here as we speak because of the live stream. That's what happened last time. Maybe we'll ride it out and see what happens. That'd be pretty sweet. Oh, I have no idea. I have to go back and look. I feel like it's been longer than an hour, though. Because right now we're at the hour mark. I feel like my longest live stream has definitely been longer than an hour. But, I mean, like I said, I would much rather have one of you guys come out and, you know, we can talk, chat. You can be in a video if you want. Buy you breakfast, lunch, or whatever. I'd much rather do that than just call a, yeah, it has. I'd much rather do that than call a tow truck and just deal with some random stranger. It's like, I try to get you guys involved as much as possible now that, you know, it's starting to actually make, you know, some money and make more sense to do this. Yeah, Uber has been brought up, but no worries, because like there's people in and out. So I didn't want to do the Uber because the problem is I want to get the truck running and drive it down there because I'm going that way anyway. And then if something else is wrong with the truck, I can physically buy that while I'm down there as well. Yeah. That cost per mile thing seems to keep coming up, and it's like, you know what, at this point I'm just spending money just to irritate the people that think I have, like, the cost per mile is pretty cheap, but I'm trying to spend more money just to like kind of be an ass and be a smart ass. Because I think my cost per mile was screwed up when I spent $24,000 in cash last month. And then, God, trying to swallow. And then I have to spend on the first, another $5,700 in cash is going out the door. And then, holy hell, on top of that, it's like, so I think my cost per mile was screwed up at that point anyway. So it's like, what do I even care anymore? Like, people are trying to turn it into an argument. Oh, your cost per mile is not that cheap, you know, this and that. It really is. It really is, especially because in 3.5 weeks, every load that gets scheduled is going to get dropped off regardless. So it's not like anything's getting pushed back or this and that. In 3.5 weeks, if I don't finish a load in that time, I'm home for 2 weeks regardless. So either way, I'll just have to put it into my 2 weeks off. So I don't know. It's just fun messing around with the people that actually like care that much. It's like, it's obviously so much cheaper than a new truck, but I just have a passion for the older trucks regardless. I've always been a cheap person. I've always loved mechanical. I've always loved simplicity. That's just who I am. I'm not going to change that. And the fact that it's just cheaper is a bonus, you know? These carrier bearings are free, man. So, it's kind of a hard one. Like, fuel is probably the easiest one to figure out per mile. But I did one where it was fuel and maintenance per mile. And back in March, it was 34 cents for literally just fuel and just maintenance. Just maintenance. And the reason I picked those two was because somebody else who has a new truck is going to be able to compare that, as opposed to, say I throw my phone bill or how much food I eat or this and that, like how many showers I get. That has nothing to do with the truck. So people can compare their truck to my truck to see what exactly is actually, you know, where the cost and everything is at. So your operational cost and your truck cost are going to be two different things, but your operational cost has nothing to do with your truck cost and vice versa. So your truck cost will go into your operational cost, but your operational cost doesn't have anything to do with your truck. But what people don't think about is if you have a brand new truck and you're planning on putting 100,000 miles on it every year, you know, whatever, and you have a 5-year to 7-year loan on it, you're 300,000 miles and you've only been making the minimal payment. You have 4 years or 2 years left of a payment on a 300,000 mile truck. So if you're not making double payments, that's not a good idea. So you should make double payments. So at the end of the day, a new truck should minimally cost you $2,000 a month at minimal, okay? Not including the maintenance, the fuel, and all the other stuff that goes to it. So that's where this truck's cheaper. There's no payment, and I might spend what, $400 or $500 a month maintaining it, and my fuel is cheaper. So that's the point. So let's see. I missed a couple comments. Gas prices out. Fuel price, I'm looking at it's $4 a gallon. Yeah, I haven't figured out just fuel, so I'll have to do that at some point, but every time I bring it up, it's a sensitive subject. Who said, where are you at? You said on your way. How close are you? Just don't feel the need to text and drive if you don't have to. I'll just know that somebody's on the way. Let me know what you want when you get here. Yeah, I'm always trying to work. Like, I'll sit home for 2 weeks. I love my family. I love spending time with my family. But I just get antsy sitting at home when I'm watching the bank account go down. So stocks have really been helping out when they've been going up when I'm at home. So right now, them being low, I need to buy more. But I'm on hold. I can't buy anymore right now because Robinhood put my shit on. I can't buy anything else for 5 more days. So it kind of sucks. But so that kind of helps. But it's like I always like to keep working. Yeah, I can't sit still at all. Like, I always got to keep moving. Always got to keep working no matter what it is. And that's just how it is. Yeah, I like any of the older trucks, especially pre-2000s. Anything pre-2000s I love just because of the fact, like, you don't have an E-log. Like, what's better than that, you know? I love the 12 valve. I don't have an E-log, and it's so simple. Like, if we could get this thing push started, that's all it needs. You just don't shut it off. That was a big peanut butter. You know, imagine, okay, let me swallow this first. So imagine if we get this thing started and I go to the first red light and stall it. Wouldn't that fucking suck? That would be terrible. That would be absolutely terrible. Hell yeah. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, I like this because I have the comfort of a somewhat newer truck with the reliability of like the older truck. So no matter what happens to this, it's fixable anywhere. Other than apparently a starter. I should have parked on a hill. I knew better. I knew that it was something was getting weaker and weaker. But I was like, I'm just gonna pull here. I've been sitting here for like the last day and a half. And whoops. I should have known that this was going to be an issue. I'm in Lodi, California on 15100 Thornton Road. So it's just a starter. I already ordered one. I already paid for one. I just need to go pick it up. Yeah. I'm going to try to finish this bagel. All right. So, serious question time. When he gets here and we go to push start this thing, it has to be done in reverse just because of the angle. I know I can start it in reverse in too high. Should I put it in low to try to get it started? Would low be a better option? Because I don't have the front axles connected, so I can use too low all day long. Which, every trailer that I've been dropping and every time I backed into a truck spot, I always put it in too low to back into the spot. Like, it just makes life so much easier. So you're saying keep it in too high? Ugh. Yeah, too high? All right. Good to know. Tell you what though, once I get a lot of this stuff done, like I want to get this thing painted and do all the body work. Once all that's done, I'm going to start working towards getting the front end I want to get the front end rebuilt and do the manual locking hubs, but they're so dang expensive. They're like $1,800. So, okay. Then that works then. We'll just keep it in too high. But yeah, I want to get the manual locking hubs because I like the fact that I can back a trailer in too low and basically gives you a 2-speed reverse, which is awesome. So when I'm backing into truck stops and everything, putting it in too low for reverse lets me like let the clutch out and I'm doing like a mile an hour. Cool. All right, sounds like everybody's on the same page. Now we'll just wait for them to show up. So, I don't know, I knew something positive would come out of this. I haven't had an issue yet, but also remember I'm just doing like power only, so usually they won't bother you. We'll see how it goes when I get a trailer. I wish I could use my phone at the same time. I had to use my other phone. And I deleted everything off of it. Oh, man. I've heard really good things about the locking hubs. Even the cheaper ones, they're like $1,800, but they have a better bearing to them. And if you go with like wider wheels and tires, they actually hold up a lot better than the factory ones do, from what I've heard. They're a lot stronger. I've killed plenty of wheel bearings on this truck, but they're under warranty for another 1.5 years. Nah, I honestly like power only is decent. Don't get me wrong. My gross this week was 5,600 doing power only, but it's like you don't see weeks like that often. You really don't. Like getting out to California is easy, but getting out, you're just sitting. With a trailer, you at least can go park in a truck parking spot. Whereas with a pickup truck, it's like people are harassing you, especially in Cali. 5,600 is an average week for a trailer puller. Whereas like with power only, maybe $4,000. So this was a good week. It really was. But that doesn't happen often. So I would definitely, I tell everybody I recommend them to have a trailer anyway. Getting out of California, I would rather have a trailer because I can stack a couple different loads rather than just sitting and, stressing about it. But when I'm on my 3.5 weeks out, I like to work. I like to constantly keep moving. I'm been sitting since I dropped off on Sunday, and it's Wednesday now, and today's when the load picks up. So it's like that $5,600 week was great, but now I've been sitting for 3 days. Yeah, I'm non CDL, but I am working on getting my CDL before they start putting all the restrictions in. But I will probably stay non-CDL. I might get apportion tags for this and maybe register it at 30, but it's kind of hard, like, getting started with that because then you got to wait for IFTA and all the other stuff. Yeah, power only, but I don't do just RVs. Like, I'll do boats, I'll do tiny home, like, you name it, and I'm doing it. Like, anything that can hook up to this truck that's 17,000 or under, I'll do it. So whatever's going to pay the bills, I don't care. What do you mean, what restrictions? I'm just limited to 26,000 pounds is all. I think that's really the only restriction. You're limited to 65 feet regardless if you have a bed or not. Never. Never, ever. Yeah, 34,000. Like, I want to do... The reason I like the 30,000 mark is because at 30... I'll get to that in a minute. At 30,000, I can pull a triaxle trailer because I have a 9,000 GVWR. And then they're wanting to make like all these restrictions where you have to, like, to get your CDL, you're going to have to go to school and do all this and that. I don't know what the facts really are, but I just want to get it this year before they make it a pain to get it. Yeah, I definitely want to get it. Nice one. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take the old trucks in a heartbeat over the new ones. I miss my 2012, but good God, that truck costs so much money. I can't buy it. I went to transfer money over and it got returned and they put me on a restriction until it goes through, so I can't buy the dip until the end of the week. I have to wait 4 more days. 4 more days before I can buy the dip. I'm so upset about that. Yeah, someone is coming. He didn't give me an ETA though, or let me know what he wanted for coming out. So, I mean, I'm not worried about it. I just figure, yeah, someone's definitely on their way anymore. I know, screw Robin Hood. Robin Hood sucks. Yeah, I bet. I saw it drop down to 20-some cents. I was going to throw another grand in because that's all you can throw in at a time. I'll buy another $1,000 worth of Doge anytime. That shit dropped hard last night. I'm still waiting for it to shoot back up to 70 so I can sell it again. I have my sell offer in and everything. Because you know it's going to dip again. You just know it's gonna. Oh, that's pretty. Let's see. Can you see that? Look at that. Oh, I'm trying here, guys. I'm stuck behind the tree. Let's see. Wait for him there. Look at that. He's going to show up right there. Nice. Yeah, I'm glad you did buy the dip because I am jealous that you did that. How much did you throw in, just out of curiosity? Because Robinhood only lets you throw in a grand at a time. Like, you can throw in as much as you want, but it only clears a grand at a time. My truck's an 04 with a 96 engine and a dually rear. Yes. Let's see. We'll get there. It's just going to be a slow... You know, honestly, though, the more it dips, the better. I wish that this shit would drop back down to like 2 cents, to be honest. If it dropped down to 2 cents, I would probably end up throwing like 5 or 6 grand in it right now. But that's not financial advice. Don't listen to me. 34 minutes. Okay, sweet. So that's not bad. So it'll be here by 11:30. Honestly, don't worry about how shitty the market is. I mean, maybe if it drops more, buy more. But it's gonna go. It's gonna go to $1 regardless. Like, no matter what happens, especially in 6 weeks when Coinbase lists it, you're definitely, yeah, it's definitely gonna skyrocket once Coinbase lists it. So, I'm planning on selling half the day before, and the day of, I'm gonna hold on to half to see what it does, and then if it spikes, I'm gonna sell the rest of it. That way, if it dips afterwards, I'm not screwed. I'll still be able to put more in later. So, nice. Oh man. Here's a third gen. No, I did not get my AC fixed. Here goes another nice one. Hold on a second. Should be... I don't see him. Oh, there he goes. Ready? There you go. Third gen. I did not get my AC fixed. It really hasn't been hot enough for me to justify it, to be honest. And the AC itself is fine. I just need bolts. That's literally it. Yeah, absolutely. I have no clue. See, the thing is, I've thrown a lot of money at the truck that I didn't physically need to keep it running. Like, I've done a lot of things I don't physically need. Like, so it's kind of hard to figure out, like, what it, you know, how much it's physically cost me, because I'll just buy stuff to buy it. Like, I wanted headlights. I wanted, you know, I want mega cab flares. That's $800 I don't got to spend. I want it painted. That's a couple $1,000s I don't got to spend. It's just physically, I mean, I don't know. I'd like to say I'm into it at least $23,000, $24,000, and I paid $14,700 after taxes. So, but you also got to remember an engine swap. The engine died on me at 438, and no, I haven't found flares yet, unfortunately. It cost me $2,000 to throw a 12 valve in it. Whereas if I would have got the engine rebuilt, it was $5,600. So, not to mention the better fuel I'm getting, and it's just night and day a lot simpler. Let's see. I am in Lodi, California at the Flying J. Yeah, I want it nice. Like, I'm at the point where it's like, you know, I like the shitbox feel to it, but at the same time, it's like, I have the money to make it nice, so why don't I? You know, I feel like it's a dumb investment, though, because I could keep it looking like I am and just keep investing in the stocks that I am and just do that, which I know down the road, the $3,000 to $4,000 I spend on this thing for paint and body work, that's going to cost me a lot more, because if I could just throw that into, you know, crypto, it's going to triple its money at some point. So it's like, yeah, it's probably a bad investment for me to do that, but I just want to spend the money on and make it look good. That's about, yeah. Crypto's only going to go up. Like, it's going to come down, but it's only going to go up in the end of the day. I mean, this truck has easily grossed me over $200,000. So, and mind you, I did in 2018 to 2019, it made me like 104,000, something like that. And then it's made my living ever since then, no matter what I do. So it's like the $24,000 that I've thrown into it for the bullshit, like to maintenance and make it look good and this and that. Realistically, for me, you know, you can subtract fuel and all the other stuff with that, but it's easily grossed me over 200,000 this year. I want to see at least 100 in revenue, but mind you, I'm also making money on crypto and I'm also making money on YouTube. So I'd like to see 130 this year, but I also get to keep about 60%. So 60% is about what my profits are. So realistically, it's not. Now when I get a trailer, that's going to go up though. So, but I don't plan on doing this full time forever either. Once YouTube, crypto, and I have a little bit other sources of income, once those come, I'm not going to do this full time, but I definitely want to keep doing this because I love doing transport. But I also have a family and I also want to be able to raise them. So if I could do this like every other month, you know, and just pay my insurance bill, whatever, but you know, you never know until you get there. But when I'm home, I don't just stop. Yeah, so the amount of money I can spend on this thing, like, I could physically spend less, you know. A lot of that money was just dumb shit that I bought just to buy it. Like, I didn't need an upgraded clutch. I didn't need a tuner. I didn't need big tires. I didn't need 3 different beds. I destroyed the transfer case myself. Like, I didn't need any of that stuff. If I would have just driven it like a normal truck, you know, it's just what you do to it, though. It's like, it's something you like, you enjoy, take pride in it, and just spend the extra money that, you know, to make it look good. It's your livelihood. And exactly, that's a good point. If you enjoy doing something, you know, it makes it more enjoyable for you. Absolutely. Plus, it makes good content. Oof. I cracked that elbow. Yeah, that's one thing. I definitely like to drive. I do know, and I can say this, when I have a little bit more money in my pocket, once all these, like, I have lawyer expenses and I have a bunch of other expenses that I just want paid off and I want my debts paid. Once I pay back another $36,000, which should be either the end of this year or halfway through next year, then we're going to start getting a little bit crazier, because I'd rather have the money now and invest it than spend a crap load. I do plan on getting like a big, like, wheels and tires and a bunch of other crazy stuff. I do plan on it, but people don't see that, you know, I want to get my debts paid first and make sure the family's taken care of. So even though that nice set of fuel cleavers, you know, with 35-inch tires looks really good right now, you know, it's not something that's needed. So I'm just going to get a cheap set of 33s that should last about 60-some thousand miles and be good. Yeah, it's one of those, if you enjoy it, who cares about other people's opinions, you know? I've already out here proved that you can make money. I mean, hell, if it would have been last year and somebody asked me to put out $24,000 in a month, I wouldn't have been able to do that shit last year. I was able to do that this year. So, 24 grand out of pocket in a week. That sucked. That really sucked. I had money for a trailer. I had money for some other things. Nope. Gotta love it. So, other than that, and then I gotta pay tax bills this year. My taxes this year were $5,400, and then I filed an extension to pay it on the 1st so I could just keep a little bit in my pocket. But it's like $5,750 is what I'm paying in taxes for last year. So hopefully this year I have enough write-offs to kind of set that back, and then I plan on getting a trailer. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I tell people. I mean, you got people that want to, like, say that you're not doing very well, and it's like, what's it matter? You don't have to spend money to prove it to other people. Spend that money to prove it to yourself, or just enjoy yourself. You know, if you genuinely enjoy it, you're making a decent, like, my family's taken care of, so it's like, at the end of the day, that's all that I have to prove it to is the family. That's all you have to prove it to. Ugh. It's getting a little crazier out now. There's a lot more people out here. Really wish I would have stayed over at the Loves, though, because that security guard would have come up and said, hey, you gotta leave. I'd be like, hey, can you push it? California sucks. Beautiful place. Not very good for truck parking, though, I'll tell you that. Oh, I love me a Diamond C. Sorry, that's way out of the budget. That is way out of the budget. I would love a nice Diamond C, but the trailer that I would want to use, look at Greg Oberala's trailer, the one that he just bought from Diamond C. That's what I would want to run. And even his trailer, or even his truck, isn't up to pulling that full time if he were to try it. So that's the trailer that I would ideally want, but you ain't going to pull that with this truck. So, this is my 7th time here. This is the longest I've actually spent in California, though. Let me see. Damn, I deleted everything on this phone. I can't even. Oof. He said around 11:30 he should be here, so I don't even know where that is. It's been a while because I was at like every state except Maine, and I was getting used to like where everything's at. And now it's like, now I got to relearn everything. But I know enough now to do this better, because the first time I did transport, you know, I had everything legal. I just never throw the numbers on the truck, never run the logbook, never, like, the amount of stuff that, you know, you learn, and the setups that I had were just inefficient. They really were. Like, it was go and get back. That was the plan. Now it's like I take a lot more pride in it. I'm running way more legally. Like, back then you could drive, what, 1,500 miles a day? Like, and not even think about it. If I even thought about taking 10 hours off the first time I did this, like, what is even that? You know? So, shit, I am way far from being able to afford one of them. Way far from it, because every time I get a couple tens or 20s of thousands of dollars, like, it's going out the door. I have another 6 months. I got to pay $12,000 yet to pay off my lawyer. And then I have another $24,000 in debt. So I need all of that paid before I go and buy anything crazy. But I'm not going to get a flatbed. I definitely am looking into a 53-foot wedge is the plan. And if we get a semi next year or the year after, I'll be able to pull it with that. But I also like, I do kind of prefer the pickup truck. That's just my taking. But I also like the sound of, you know, a semi with an 18-speed transmission. So it's kind of like you got to pick and choose between the two. But comfort-wise, you can't beat a semi. Oh, these flies are obnoxious. There's 2 of them. I'm going to swat them. I think I got them. Yeah, I'm not planning on hauling like an insane amount of cars. Like, I prefer to do trailers, like boats and, you know, maybe some 4-wheelers and whatnot. But if a car comes up and it pays good, I'll take it. I've done cars before. I owned a towing company. So I'd rather be cutting grass right now than sitting, to be honest. But yeah, take care. Safe travels. What was I saying? Something about, yeah, I've done the cars. I've done the towing company. I know how these guys are. It's ridiculous. There's definitely a lot that goes into it that people don't see. So, oh man, it's like a, there's a party. You see that back there? Let's see if I can. Nope. There we go. See that? Damn it. I hate this. No. There we go. There's like a party back there. You guys see that? Damn, hour and a half already. Definitely appreciate you guys. Again, if anybody wants to go ahead and like the live stream, it does help it get out there a little bit more. Apparently they're getting more and more on likes helping out, but nah, Michael, they won't deliver. I do need to call them back though. I'd let them know I'll be on my way, but I already paid for it, so they know that I'm coming. So 11:30 is when I have someone coming out here. So, man, the sun's beating down now. There's a Burger King across the street. Any of you guys carry these around in your trucks? I bought one of these yesterday from Walmart. Look at that. That's neat. I don't have to worry about bags flying around the truck when I put the windows down. I hate these flies. That's 4. Interesting. Other than that, I guess we'll just sit and wait. That should be about it. unless anybody else wants to come out at the same time. Shooting for 11:30. If anybody else wants to come out, you guys have the address. No idea. I mean, you can't miss me. You're gonna see me. You're gonna see me from the road. I am literally, you guys can see, right there's the Burger King, and I'm right here. Yeah, really. So it's getting windier, which I can deal with the wind because it's definitely helping to keep it cooler. God, my hair's getting long. Keep it long just because it bothers people that don't have any other way to insult. Yeah. Soon. There's a bunch of fuzzies floating around too. It's kind of annoying. But I don't know. I think I might just kill it at this point. Dude, I'm gonna tell you what, with the whole hair thing, like, I know when people are joking and when they're not, but I've had people that don't like the channel will physically comment and they can't think of anything to say that's actually a hate comment, so they'll just make fun of the hair and then leave. And it's just like, okay, I'll grow it longer, I don't care. So it's just kind of funny. I don't know. I like it. Yeah, but no matter how much you try to help people, like, that's the genuine thing. Like, I'll try to help people. I'll try to give people as accurate information as possible. I'll tell people what to avoid, where they can start, you know, what they can do to, you know, if you really want to do this. It's like, try to give people honest information. You know, I tell people all the time how low my overhead is, but I'm saying, when I say how low mine is, I tell people that yours probably isn't going to be that low. I just come from a very mechanical background. A lot of people can do it, but how many people are going to carry the tools to do it, you know, on the side of the road is the thing. It's going to take you some time to build that stuff up and learn what you're going to need to do it on the side of the road. So it's like, I try to give people as honest information as possible to help out. That way you know what decision to make. It's not as easy as people think it is. Like, don't get me wrong, power only is super easy, like simple, but there are things that happen that are gonna challenge you. Absolutely. And a lot of guys will get into it thinking it's so easy, and then, you know, one little minor inconvenience, you have a breakdown on the side of the highway and you're stressing yourself out. You just gotta expect it. Yeah, I'd rather help people. Like, I don't care if I get paid or not. I mean, I get paid for the YouTube views. I'm like, that kind of makes it a little bit more worth doing them, because there is a lot of time that people don't see that go into the YouTube videos. If I wasn't making any money off of it, I would still post. I mean, obviously I posted for years without getting paid, but it just, there's so much time consumption that goes into it. So for me to sit here for 2-3 hours, you know, to do it, to not see anything out of it. But now we're seeing a community, like, a lot of you guys are coming into this community, to this channel, and it's showing that it has been worth it. Cool, 10 more minutes. Yeah, so 11:13 just about. So it has shown that it is definitely worth it at this point to do it, and it's definitely helped a lot of people out. And anybody that has questions, you don't just have to follow my YouTube, you can also message me on Facebook or Instagram. So I do try to answer every single question. Now, I get it, I'm not perfect. Like, sometimes I can't get back to your stuff right away, or I'll be doing something else or just relaxing. But it's one of those, I do try to get back to everything. Requirements to start getting paid from YouTube: you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch time hours at a minimum. So I think I'm at about 5,200 subscribers, and oh man, I don't even know what to tell you with watch time hours. At least 100,000. Yeah, I would much rather give out this information for free than have how many people go out there and just try to do this and fail. When I started doing this, back when I did it, I didn't know what Hotshot was. I owned a towing company, and our dispatcher said, hey, you can move campers across the country. And we're like, sure, why not? And that's what we did. I didn't know it had a name to it. I just thought I was a guy moving trailers. And then I saw Paul's channel, PD Diesel, and Toe Piglet. And that was after I had already been into it for how long? So between both of those channels, I definitely learned a decent bit what not to do. I know that. But it definitely has helped out a lot and made this a lot less stressful than it was the first time. The first time I did this, I'll tell you what, I started Hotshot when I was 4 months behind on every single bill that I had except rent and electric. Everything I had was ready to be repossessed, and like it was just terrible. I was living, like, I would have to have my broker, the guy that I was dealing with, I would have to have him send me money sometimes just to pay for fuel, and then he'd pay me the rest afterwards. Like, that's how bad it was. And then we got to the point where everything was caught up and we were good. And then last year, after I quit and, you know, everything went down, there was a whole life story behind that. We'll avoid that chapter. But then I started doing mobile mechanic, and, you know, it didn't pay as much, but I was able to help out the community as much as possible. And I was grateful for that. But then it's like, at this point, it's like, I just want to get my debt paid and all that other stuff and do something I enjoy. So, boom, got into this. But I don't recommend that to anybody. I don't recommend you getting into it if you're behind on stuff. That's almost like putting everything into stocks and not having something as backup. Like, that's a huge risk. I don't recommend that to people. So if I can help people avoid that, that's what I would want to do. And I don't care how many people say anything negative, because it's not very many. Like, what, maybe 5 people out of a couple 100,000? Like, who cares? So it's not really that big a deal. Send me a message on that. I definitely want to see that. 2012 dually bet on a 96. I want to see that. Yeah, it not only, like, to get monetized on here, it not only takes a lot of, like, the subs and the watch time, but once you get monetized, it'll take you a couple months to get paid. If you go look at any of my other videos, go look at the description. There's 2 Facebook links. One's business, one's personal. Message me on my personal one, or message me on Instagram. That's the best way. My business page is kind of hard to keep up to, and I don't get those messages right away. So any other video, you'll be able to find that. It's in the description. There's 4 links: Snapchat, Facebook, Facebook Business, and Instagram. I forget what I was saying. Yeah, go do Instagram. That's perfectly fine. I'll be able to check that later after we get this thing started. Oh, man. So, aside from that, oh, man. Aside from that, so it looks like he should be here in about 5-10 minutes, it looks like. So we should be able to be good to go from there. I don't plan on leaving here for a little bit yet because, yeah, I got plenty of time. 15100 Thornton Road, Lodi, California. That's where I'm at. I'm at the Flying J. So, I mean, if anyone else wants to come out, I mean, he should be here in like 5-10 minutes. But if anybody else wants to come out, I mean, I'll be here for probably like another hour yet. I don't think we're going to try to get this thing started right away. But I have my jump pack charging and everything just in case something does happen. But I don't know, probably another hour. I'll probably leave here around noon. Okay, Michael, I see your message. I'll check that later after I pick up. So probably tonight after 5. But definitely interested in that bet on the 96. I definitely want to see that. Other than that, definitely going to be interesting. You know, this has also been proven, like, not only aside from being able to help people, but this has also proved to be worth it in the fact that, like, we've built up such a decent community now that if something happens with me, I can just get on here and somebody somewhere is in the area. Like, and that's awesome. It just shows that, you know, the community, even though it's not a huge community, it's still big enough that we can, you know, make a difference in general. Especially it helps me out when like something dumb like this happens. So even if I gotta wait a little bit longer, it definitely makes it worth it. I've almost been live and for, wow, almost 2 hours. See, and that's the other thing, like how quick these lives go. You get 10 hours off, it's already been 2 hours. Imagine that. Oh, there's another fly. Let's go for more animal abuse. Got him. So, does anybody else have any questions or anything? Because I'm probably going to get off here in about 5 minutes, and then we'll start filming for the next video. But if anybody else has any questions, feel free to throw them down there. I can definitely answer. Ah, Jersey. I don't usually hit New Jersey too much anymore. I mean, I've been there a couple of times, but I don't hit that. I usually drop off in Baltimore, and then that allows me to get home. I had a guy ask me if I worked here earlier. That was kind of funny. I was like, what does this say? Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. So, oh man. You see these fuzzies are flying around. Worst fear with hotshotting? Going broke. 100%. Anything can happen. Anything can ruin you at just like that. All it takes is for you to get into one serious accident and something, like anything, can come back on you. Like, that is probably the worst thing. This can ruin you at an instant. All it takes. One accident, one load being damaged that's too expensive, you lose your insurance. Any of that can happen. You always have to be prepared for it and always have a backup. So I tell people, drive as safe as possible, but that's just it. I mean, you could get sued right now for something stupid. Like, you hit somebody's car, or, you know, cause damage to their body or somehow, like, it's just a bad idea. So, anything can happen. Hardest part? That's a hard one. There's a lot of hard things, but what's up? All right, I'm gonna get off of here, guys. Send me some messages. We got someone here, and safe travels. See you guys in the next one.
Funny thing is, I started watching you about 2 weeks ago.
We got someone. All right, guys, have a good one. Let's